Alright, so if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see that I like to troll a lot, alright? I like to slander games for no reason. I like to tweet some super like Sony fanboy type stuff. And Dragon Ball Xenoverse is one of those games I love to slander. While some of the slander has a slight real to it, most of the time I'm just trolling. Alright, I'll randomly tweet Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is gonna be trash. Because, not that not like I've seen it's gonna be, I'm just saying that because I don't have high expectations for them fixing it. But as we have seen in the past few games, starting with Cyber Sleuth, next Burning Blood, and now what could possibly be Xenoverse, Bandai Namco is actually putting in an effort to fix all the issues that they have been putting in their games. See, the issue with them is, yes, they might want to fix it, but the thing is, if there are any problems during the game's life cycle, they usually don't fix that. But, you know, they're doing that with Burning Blood right now, so there is a hope that even if they do fix most of them, there are still some new problems that come ahead that Bandai would still possibly fix those problems. But anyways, so what's making me think Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 could actually be some heat? Well, a little Silicon Era had a interview with Masayuki Harano. I feel like this was during E3, I don't know, but either way, they had a little interview with him, with this guy, and they talked about all this other stuff. So one thing they talked about is adding Dragon Ball Super content, and they said that yes, they are looking into that, but since it's still ongoing, they don't know if they're gonna put it right now, like on release, or as DLC. Most likely DLC, because you know right now there's a few characters, but I feel like in future, and by the time Xenoverse 2 comes out, there will be some more characters they can add. You know, Black Goku, Hit. Maybe even that other Saiyan from Universe 7, I think it is, 6, I can't remember which universe is who, but you know, as time goes on, they might add, let the anime go on and they'll add it as DLC. So that's already something very, very cool, you know, because I've been watching Dragon Ball Super. It's getting really freaking good now, so that'll be exciting. And so next thing they asked, they said, how is the fighting system being changed from Xenoverse to Xenoverse 2? Now, this is the main reason why I stopped playing Xenoverse and why I didn't like it, because of the use of spam, and it just did not seem very fun at all. Like, Dragon Ball Z games were never about spamming your special. It was more of the combos leading to specials, then you could do your specials. You know, it was just more focused on normal fighting in other Dragon Ball Z games, at least for Budokai 3. You know, while Xenoverse, it was all about what great, you know, special moves you have. But so they talked about it, and they said they based on user feedback, we got responses from fans who said they were playing online and the opponent does long range attacks and then keeps running to try to win with a timeout. In order to prevent that, with Xenoverse 2, we are adding a new system called the reverse dash, which you can use to automatically pursue an opponent. If you're pursuing the enemy and they suddenly do a ki blast to you, you won't be able to avoid it. During this dash, if you put in a special command after you dash towards the opponent, you will be able to change the direction you're flying in to get behind them. You will be able to dodge and prepare for a counterattack at the same time. Now, while that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, it sounds like it has some sense to it, basically. You know, I feel like it could work. You know, it's kind of hard to picture that in my head of what they're saying, but I feel like they've tested it. You know, I can't see them just adding in some random thing. Oh, okay, we fixed it, you know. So I feel like either what I'm trying to get at is the idea of them actually putting in an effort to fix it, I guess. Then actually continues on and says, we heard feedback from fans that it was difficult to do combos, not because the combo branch was limited, but because opponents could easily dodge their attack by doing quick teleportation. There's a new system called Stamina Break where you can take the opponent's stamina. If you're doing a combo, they won't be able to avoid your attack that easily. With this new system, there's more depth to the battle system. So I know there was a move that you could actually grab them and take their stamina in Xenoverse 1, but it seems like this one's going to be a move that everyone can do, Stamina Break. Again, I have not played Xenoverse 1 in so long that I can't remember how the combo was. I know you could do some combos, you could like do a couple, it was the same thing, but like, I don't know, the combo system wasn't all that bad. I felt like it did need expanding. They're saying they don't think the issue is that it needs expanding, but you know, I'm just gonna not worry about that for right now, because I'm still happy about the whole hopefully fixing the running away aspect. But anyway, let's continue. Then he asks, how are you going to enhance the character creator for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2? Now, they already said they're not going to add more races, which, like, whatever. Like, every race they had there was basically every race we freaking needed. What else are they going to add? You know, there's Cell. Oh, they could add the Cell race. Yeah, they didn't have that, did they? No, they did. They did. I can't even remember, you know what, but either way, there's not that many races that they can add onto it, you know, so that's not an issue. But what we did want was an expansion on it, and that's exactly what he says. He says we have more parts for basic custom character creation, and then he says costumes. Yes, bro, that's what I'm looking for, because I was about to make a video, or earlier video, but I never said it. But in that video that I recorded, I was saying I hate logging into Xenoverse and I look like 80% of the people around me. You know, whenever you got to max level 80 before they boosted it, everyone had the same like 1 or 2 costumes on, because there was one for key blasters, there was one for physical attackers, and there was literally only like 2 different things for that you could get, and it just made me mad. If I could have 4 to 5 and then have like 4 or 5 like not common but kind of hard to get, and then have like 2 separate rare ones or something like that, just so I can look different, okay? Just that's all I need. I just want to not look like everybody, you know. I just need freaking, you know, you get the idea. And then he also, so he says parts, costumes, and attacks. Attacks, there was already a lot of attacks in Xenoverse 1, so if they add more, the only thing I see about that is that it could boost the chance of an attack being more broken, because they add so many. But I mean, if they fix the current ones and add some new ones, it's not a big deal. I just don't think you need a whole lot of new attacks, because there was already so many, you know. But anyway, he says we're planning to make all of those. We are also planning new features when you were creating your avatar, but we can't go into detail about that. So maybe they mean change your smile or something. I don't know what exactly he could mean by that. Feature when you're creating your avatar. Obviously, I think he just means the idea of making it so you can actually like have more hairstyles, maybe, because there was like 3 hairstyles. It was really stupid. But anyway, he says we don't have plans to increase the number of races. There will be 5, but we're going to into each race and expanding the experience with each one. That's very cool. And they talk about how Dreamverse 2 has a bigger hub world, Canton City, which can hold over 300 people. What will players be able to explore here? He says, you've probably seen this earlier, but you can fly around Contour City. We also have side quests where you can go to different areas like Frieza's spaceship or planet Namek. There's a teleportation system in Canton City, which lets players visit these other areas and see more of the Dragon Ball world. Players will be able to talk to characters in these areas too. This is a new feature we hope fans will enjoy. Now, I know there was a couple side quests in Xenoverse 1 City, but it did not mean you going to like a different area as in Frieza's spaceship. It just meant you walking to a different part of the area. So the idea of us going on to like a spaceship like that, planet Namek, that is very cool, and you can probably go walk around there, see some people, Piccolo, some other that little nigga. I don't know any of the people's names in Namek, you know, but that little dude who was like useless, but during the Frieza saga he was helping little Gohan and Krillin and stuff. You know, I feel like you'd be able to talk to them, do some side missions. Obviously those side quests probably aren't that exciting or anything. Probably not even gonna do them, but I would like to at least look around Frieza's spaceship, look around planet Namek. It'll be very cool, I think, and that'll just expand on the experience. Xenoverse's story was very nice. It was very unique, very cool. So I'm actually looking forward to what they can do with Xenoverse's 2 story. And if they add in DLC as in Dragon Ball Super chapters, that will be even more dope. Fighting Black Goku and stuff like that, it'll be really cool. Going back to the Universe tournament, wow! This game could be some heat, you know, as long as they polish it out and have a fun combat system, because that's what I look for in a Dragon Ball game. Okay, I'm looking for like fighting, you know, because that's what gets me hype in Dragon Ball, the fighting, you know. So I want to be able to play a Dragon Ball game and have fun fighting, you know. So hopefully they can flesh that out and make it all good, because this game actually has, you know, chance to be some heat, because all they usually do is release a broken ass game and then just say, oh, here you go. So, but finally, I feel like their sequels will always be better, because because these clowns don't know how to balance the game to save their lives. But you get the idea. So that's why I think Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 could actually be some heat. If you guys think that stuff is amazing, let me know in the comments below, and let me know if there's anything else you guys think that they need to add to also make the game some heat, H-E-A-T, heat. But that's all I gotta say. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like. Really appreciate it, and I love you. And other than that, I'm gonna have to go, cause you know Planet Namek needs me. I just went Super Saiyan. You see, I'm waiting and they hating, and I'm sipping on my tea. Bad bitch walking past, may I stop you, please? And I'm hungry as a bitch, but this life ain't free. If I'm trying to get this money, I can't really shake a tree. I be working, it's a 3:15. When I stop